Hi, everyone. I'm Sherry Martin, and I'm President and CEO of Cobb Community Foundation, and I'm here with my colleague, Shelley Owens.
Hi, I'm Shelley Owens. I'm the Director of Nonprofit Services for Cobb Community Foundation.
And we are so excited to share with you today all about our grant programs for 2023. They're very different than last year. Last year, we rolled out our Thrive grants and awarded $105,000 and $7,500 grants, and we were really pleased with that program. But we've got something going on this year that we think you're going to like even better, because the whole idea is to leverage our dollars to help make more dollars available to you. And we think that that's going to be exactly what happens with this. So let's dive in to our presentation. And Shelley, you had some great comments about the presentation and what folks should or should not do if they were with us live.
Yeah. If you guys were with us live today, I think Sherry and I would both encourage everybody just to hold your questions till the end and stick with us and let us get through all the slides. We've tried to anticipate a lot of what your questions will be. So even if you're watching this just via Zoom, do the same thing, follow along with all the slides, stick with us, roll with us. And if you've got questions at the end, you can still email me and I'm here for it.
That's great. Thank you. So you'll notice that we have United Way's logo here at the bottom. We have been partnering with United Way, I'm sure long before this, but very intentionally partnering with them starting in 2022 with COVID. In fact, those of you who were with us back then may remember that we partnered with Nicole, who was in Lawson, recently married and is now Dahl, at United Way Northwest Metro region, and also with Irene Barton with Cobb Collaborative. And we worked really hard to make sure that any dollars that had been contributed to help you all during COVID got out really, really quickly and without requiring a whole lot of documentation, et cetera, from you. So we have continued to partner with Nicole, and she has just been phenomenal. So every year we sit down and talk about how we think we can best leverage each other's skills and talents and the resources of each of our organizations. Let's go to the next page. And Shelley, you want to cover this or you want me? This is you.
Yeah, I'll take it away. Okay, so hi, everyone. Again, I'm here. I've been here the whole time, but I've been sort of quiet because Sherry does a great job with that first part. And I love hearing the grant history. I tried to tell her not to put that slide in, and I'm so glad you did. It was very interesting. So, all right, I want to just sort of reiterate what I said before. This is a transitional year, as Sherry has said, with our competitive grant process. If you're familiar with the Thrive grant process from last year, this is different. This is really different. And you guys, we're not even promising it's going to be the same next year because we're in the middle, as Sherry said, of a strategic planning process. So we don't know. But we're going to ask you just to sort of hang with us in this. We have some really, really unique, exciting opportunities that I'm so looking forward to sharing with you. And I will just say what I said at the beginning. Take notes, dive in. These are unique and exciting, but they're complex and they're different. So follow along with us as closely as you can. And as I said, when you get to the end of this, if you still have questions, please reach out because that's what I'm here for. And I'd love to answer them for you. All right, so with that said, our first competitive grant opportunity for 2023 is called the Cobb Thrive's Gift Guide. We like to use jazz fingers when we talk about it in the office because it's, it's kind of a tongue twister, but it's also very catchy. Cobb Thrive's Gift Guide. All right, so the gift guide is effectively a catalog. We're going to create both a print and an online version to highlight needs of different nonprofit organizations who are either located in Cobb County or serving residents of Cobb County. This gift guide is intended to support nonprofits like you with some of the harder to fund items, things that you really do need for your work, your mission, your operations, but it's not as exciting to take to a donor and say, hey, can you fund this? Another important thing that we want to do with the gift guide, and we'll talk about this in just a minute, is raise visibility in a really significant way for your organization. So for the gift guide, our community reviewers will select 30 different nonprofit organizations to be included in this year's Cobb Thrive gift guide. If you are one of those 30 organizations selected, Each organization can submit up to 3 different holiday wishes. Those are 3 different items or groups of items that you put collectively together. And those 3 items or groups of items cumulatively altogether cannot exceed $7,500 total. Now, if you are familiar with our Cobb Thrive or our Thrive Grant Program from last year, you know that that number is not arbitrary. That $7,500 was the amount of our Thrive grants from last year. So we're maintaining that consistency there. All right, this slide, this is a little bit out of order, but I'm so excited about it that I pushed it up because I wanted to talk about it first. This is the way we're going to distribute the Cobb Thrive gift guide, how we're going to get it into the hands of Cobb County citizens, the people that want to hear about these things. We are going to, the Community Foundation will mail over 500 gift guides to our fund holders, other stakeholders, and partners of ours. That's one way we're going to do it. Another really important way is that we're going to partner with the Marietta Daily Journal, the MDJ, on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I believe, Sherry, that's November 22nd. Yep. They're going to include the gift guide in the newspaper that's going to be distributed to over 6,000 subscribers. So that's pretty significant. But in addition to that, we're also going to be working with our corporate partners. We're going to be featuring this gift guide at Marquee Monday, which is a very large, very important chamber event in December. We're working with Leadership Cobb. We're working with civic organizations and professional organizations like the Cobb Bar Association, retail outlets like DK Gallery. We are even doing some purchased media in partnership with Outfront Media, and we'll be doing billboards to advertise this gift guide. So just really important. I want you guys just to know, spend some time on this because I think that the visibility we'll be able to offer you guys through the gift guide is one of the most important aspects of this grant program. Anything for you?
Don't forget. So I don't know if you could see this. Well, yeah, there you go. It's kind of far away. It's in my, anyway. So that is, if you log in to the MDJ online, you first see an advertisement for Loud Securities. So John Loud has graciously said that he's going to give us his advertising space there for 2 to 3 days a week between the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and the end of the year. So even the online subscribers can go there and click on a link that will take them to the Cobb Thrive's gift guide online.
Yeah, and you know, the point here is that we're going to go to a lot of trouble to get this thing into the hands of as many donors and potential donors as possible. And it's not really just about the donations, even at this point. This is a great marketing opportunity for you guys. So
absolutely.
All right. So I want to go through the details. I'm sure you have a million questions, and I have tried to anticipate all of them. But the first thing I would like to talk about is eligibility for organizations who can apply to be in this Cobb Thrive gift guide. So first of all, of course, you have to be classified by the IRS as a 501c3 tax exempt organization, or you have a fiscal sponsorship, which means you're operating under someone else's 501c3. You are registered with the Georgia Secretary of State as a nonprofit. You have a minimum of 1 year operating history. You are either based in Cobb County or serving residents of Cobb County, either or. This is an important one. You have an annual operating budget between $25,000 and $1 million. So if you have an operating budget of over $1 million, you are not eligible for applying for the Cobb Thrive gift guide for this year. Faith-based organizations are eligible as long as your gift requests are for non-proselytizing activities. And individual schools are unfortunately not eligible. However, district-wide programs that support an entire school system are eligible.
If I can just mention something on the $1 million cap, that was the case last year too with the Thrive grants. For you larger organizations, it's not going to be that way forever. Again, we're looking at things with our strategic plan. And in fact, the other grant opportunity Shelley is going to share with you, there is not that cap in place. So don't think we're ignoring you or don't appreciate what you do.
You. Yes.
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
Eligible. So let's talk about eligible requests. What are the things that you can ask for as your gift request for this gift guide? Some examples: tangible items, such as equipment, clothing, grocery store gift cards, toys, the things that make your organization tick, the things that you need tangibly to do your work. You can ask for those things. You can ask for programmatic resources such as videos or training materials. You can ask for really boring capital items like office equipment, laptops, furniture, things that you need that, again, are hard to take to a donor. You can also ask for scholarships for program participants. And let me talk on that one for a minute. Let's say, for example, your organization hosts a summer camp, and tuition for that camp is $500 per camper. So perhaps one of your items that you include in your gift request is, let's say, tuition or sponsor 4 children for summer camp. So 4 children at $500 each, that would be a $2,000 item. So you could do it that way. The one caveat that I want to mention here, though, is that I've said it a couple times, really the intended purpose of the gift guide is for you to get some funding for some of those harder to fund items. So I would recommend that you balance some of those programmatic asks that kind of show off your program and are some of like the more warm, fuzzy things, with making some asks for things that are truly more difficult to ask for, because that's really what we want you to go after here. What I want you to notice that I didn't say here is in the eligible items, is that there's not a lot of guardrails here. There's not a whole lot of information on this slide, because Sherry and I and Cobb Community Foundation in general we want to put this back on you guys, and we want you to be creative and think about what you really need. If you are selected for this opportunity, and it's a big one, how could you leverage that opportunity best? What items can you come up with that really tie into the overall work and mission of your organization? We want to see you get creative with that. Okay, ineligible requests, things you cannot ask for, items that have already been purchased or things that have already been contracted. We're not reimbursing you for things you've already bought or have already planned to buy. You can't go over $7,500 with your total request, all 3 items put together. Cannot request general operating expenses such as salaries or rent. And you cannot ask for support for organizational or program endowments. Again, there's not a lot on this list, so get creative about what you can ask for. All right, this is where it gets very exciting, because I tried to anticipate all your questions, and we'll see how well I did against based on my inbox after people do this. Okay, the first, and Sherry and I think are going to share this slide. The first thing I wanted to point out is that, you guys, I have been in nonprofit for 25 years. I've sat in your seat. I have walked 1,000 miles in your shoes. I know what it is to fill out a grant application. What I understand about this, and that you've probably come to understand just in the last few minutes as you've listened, is when you apply for the Cobb Thrive Gift Guide, you are not applying for funding. You are applying for the opportunity to receive funding. Because of that, we really wanted the application to be intentionally manageable. We're not trying to kill you with an overwhelming application here. It's very, very doable, especially if you know already what your gift requests are going to be. You should be able to sit down and knock this out in a couple of hours, in an afternoon, no problem. However, this is so important. Sherry and I are going to break out our jazz hands, because we really want you to hear this. Okay, thank you, Sherry. We really want you to hear this. The words that you use, the way that you answer the questions in the application, those are the words that we're going to use if we select you to be featured in the gift guide. So be intentional with the way that you answer your questions, with the way you position your organization. Be creative, be compelling. We're not going to have a huge turnaround time for when these applications go out and when we have to get this all to print. So we're not going to be able to go out and write original copy for all 30 organizations. We're going to use your words. So make them good, make them count. The second thing I'm going to say is, this is also jazz hands worthy. There's no official grant reporting required if you are chosen for Cobb Thrive's gift guide. We hope you share about it. We hope you hashtag about it. We hope you get on your social channels and say, this is how we used our funding. Thank you so much, Cobb Thrive's gift guide, because we hope this becomes a big thing that is a thing that people come to love in Cobb County year after year. But there's no official reporting requirements for this grant.
Share your pictures, though. Share your pictures with us as well, because you'll see them and we would love to tell your story, but it's not an official reporting requirement.
That's right. Third thing is that the finalists, the 30 organizations that are selected for the gift guide, will be selected by a committee of community reviewers. They've already been identified. They represent every industry all across the board. No one that serves on a reviewer committee is eligible for their organization and organization that they're associated with to be included in the gift guide. So there's no conflict of interest in any of that. And the next bullet points are Sherry's.
Okay, so many of you have agency funds with us. So when I say fund, that's not what I'm talking about, all right? So we are actually going to create, there's no paperwork for you. We're just going to do it on our end. Think of them as individual accounts here at Cobb Community Foundation. And that is where the dollars that are contributed are going to go. And there are going to be various ways that funders can get to your Cobb Thrive's gift guide account with Cobb Community Foundation. There are going to be links in the online guide. There are going to be QR codes published in the guide that somebody can go directly to your organization's fund for the Cobb Thrive's gift guide. Again, it's specifically for that and that only. The reason we're asking for dollars to come here as opposed to go directly to you is because we want to know if this is working. We want to know if this does what we think it's going to do. Because if it doesn't, then we don't need to do it again. We need to go back to something a little more traditional. So we want to be able to track. The other thing I want you to know is the dollars are going to be paid to you, not reduced by any kind of fee at all. You guys know that when we provide services through funds, we have to charge a fee. There is no fee that is going to be charged to any of this. So folks will have those who are selected among the 30 organizations will have a Cobb Thrive's gift account here. While this program is underway, and it's going to start roughly November 15th, right, Shelley? And then go through January 4th. That is the window of time when someone can give. During that period of time, we're also going to have a tracking mechanism on our website that is going to show what gifts, in essence, have been satisfied. So organization ABC had gift 1 for $2,500, gift 2 for $2,000, and gift 3 for $3,000. We're going to basically be keeping up to date to show you how much is left to be funded of each item. So that will be how you can see which items have received funding. Now, that's also where we want folks who are giving to go to see what still needs to be funded and what doesn't. But let's say that when somebody clicks to give and designates their gift to go for this purpose into your Cobb Thrive's gift guide fund, that purpose has already been filled. So what will happen at that point is automatically those dollars will be used for one of the other 2 items that still have available space to be funded. If, however, all of your requests have been funded, that then becomes an unrestricted contribution to you. Okay, that's jazz hands, right? Unrestricted contributions. Oh, so you know that's how the dollars are going to come in. You know how you'll be able to track and see what's happening. You know what's going to happen with excess gifts. The dollars are going to be distributed in January, and that's important. Don't put something in here where you need the dollars in December, because the dollars aren't going to come out until January, and they will come to you with a full accounting of who contributed what amount, as well as their address, so you can send them a thank you. Now, we're taking care of the official IRS acknowledgement letters, so don't send them that. We're sending them the official IRS letter. But if you just want to send a thank you, you're going to have all the information you need to do that. Plus, you're going to have their name for your database, which I know you like having. Shelley, you want to go through the schedule?
I do. And I want to say one other thing, just to clarify that, if someone wants to get on your, they get this gift guide, either the print online version, I mean, my vision for it from the beginning was that a family could sit around and flip through the gift guide and say, what do we want to do as a gift for this holiday season as a family? I mean, any group could do that. They don't have to give, say you've got an item for $3,000. They don't have to give $3,000. They can give, we want everybody to be able to contribute to philanthropy in this way. They can give $100, they can give $50, and we're going to keep up with that on our end until that item is fulfilled. So just so you know, just knowing that I think really widens the pool of donors that could potentially give to you. So the schedule down here, I'll just run through it really quick. The applications open online on the Cobb Community Foundation's grant portal, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. Tomorrow. Well, I guess tomorrow. I guess we're going to put this up on September 13th. So they are going to open on Thursday, September 14th at 3:00 p.m. All right. The application window is not long for the Cobb Thrives gift guide because, as I referenced before, we've got a really tight print deadline and we've got to turn the stuff around so that we can get it printed and mailed and into the hands of people who can give. So applications close on Thursday, October 5th. So be ready for that. We will notify all organizations who applied that whether they were selected for inclusion or not, we'll notify them of their decisions on Tuesday, October 17th. The gift guide will be released on or before November 15th. The MDJ Marietta Daily Journal will distribute theirs on the 22nd in the newspaper. As we said, that's going to go to over 6,000 subscribers. The gift guide donation, I guess, area to give on our site will close on Friday, January 5th of 24. And then we will transfer all funds to those 30 participating organizations no later than January 31st of next year.
Yes.
All right. All right. So that's it. How did I do? I think I got all the questions probably.
Round of applause.
Really no emails at all, I bet. Okay, now back to the real world. All right.
It's a shame we don't have any fun.
I know. All right, competitive grant opportunity number 2. This one, we don't officially use jazz hands for this one, but I'm pretty excited about it. So we'll probably still use jazz hands as we talk.
Backwards jazz hands.
Yes, okay, yes, backwards. All right. This one is called, as Sherry said, the CNP Credential and Completion Incentive Grant. Also a mouthful, but still, I'm telling you guys, this is a good one.
It's good.
All right, let's talk through it. So CNP, as Sherry said earlier, stands for Certified Nonprofit Professional. It is the only nationally recognized credential in nonprofit management. We are, Cobb Community Foundation and United Way are going to partner with Kennesaw State's College of Health and Human Services and the NLA, which is the Nonprofit Leadership Alliance, to offer 5 people a credential of a CNP. All right. We're going to select 5 individuals that will receive enrollment and tuition in KSU's 6-month CNP program that will run from January through June of 2024. This is an online program, and I'm just going to say straight up, and you guys can look this up. We're going to have information on our website about exactly what the curriculum is, what the course load looks like, what's involved. It is an amazing program that will equip you in every way to be a nonprofit leader. It's everything from finance and budgeting to fundraising, so much more, HR, all the things. But it's a lot. It's intense. It is rigorous. However, it's also designed with the assumption that the CNP candidate is working full-time and probably has a family. So while it's rigorous and it's intense and there are deadlines, they are flexible. As long as you finish that coursework within the 6 months designated, there's room to arrange it around your schedule in a way that works for you. That said, if you've got a really, really crazy year, if you just had a baby, something like that, this may not be the year you choose to undertake a CNP opportunity.
And Shelley, I'm sorry, let's mention how we found out about this. Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole actually went through. Nicole, who obviously we spent like 5 minutes talking about her at the beginning of this because she's so fantastic. She's obviously got a little bit of experience in nonprofit. She's got decades of experience in nonprofit. She went through this course just last year and found it incredible and found it really engaging, found it helpful in her work, even at her level of the industry. So this is something that in my mind and Sherry's mind is something that you could really use to take your organization to the next level.
Yeah.
In addition to the 6-month online program that you, again, can run at your own pace, but it's got to be done in 6 months, you will also be required to do 4 in-person workshops, all 5 people together, so you can be like a little cohort, but all 5 people together, in-person workshops at KSU. They'll meet in February, March, April, and May, and attendance at those workshops is mandatory. All right, this is where you really want to get out your jazz hands.
The hook.
Yeah, like this is major, because this is the big part of it. So upon completion, successful completion of your CMP and attendance of all 4 workshops at KSU, Cobb Community Foundation and United Way is going to award a $10,000 completely unrestricted completion grant to your organization. Woohoo, jazz hands. Sherry, do you want to say anything about why we decided to make it a completely, truly unrestricted grant?
Yes, because we know that anyone who's going to take the time to participate in this program, there's an opportunity cost with that. There is an opportunity cost for anything that we do with our time. And the opportunity cost here may be that it's preventing you from going out and getting some additional dollars for your organization. So we wanted to make this sufficiently lucrative for the organization that it would be worth the organization's time for one of their key employees to pursue this. So anything else?
Yeah, I think that's great. We want to celebrate the work, the effort that you put in, and we want to celebrate the impact that this will potentially mean for Cobb County, because you're going to be better equipped to serve. So, all right, next slide. Thank you. All right, this is where I also tried to anticipate a couple of questions for you guys. First of all, eligibility. For this one, it is the exact same almost as the Cobb Thrive gift guide. The difference is that there is no maximum operating budget requirement here. So if you've got an organization with a budget of more than $1 million, you're totally eligible to apply, or to have someone from your organization apply for this. And P.S., it doesn't just have to be an executive director. Anyone that is suited for this from your organization can apply. Eligible individuals, however. So for this one, of course, there's organizational eligibility. There's also individual eligibility. For this program, we're looking for someone who has a minimum of a bachelor's degree and 5 years of field experience, or 20 years of field experience without a bachelor's degree. This third point, super, super important. Yeah. And I really want you guys to hear me on this. So our intent with this grant, with the CMP grant, is to grow and strengthen organizations specifically, okay? We are looking to grant this opportunity to 5 people who are looking to stay with the organization that they're currently with. There's nothing wrong with career aspirations. We love that. That's great. This is not really what this grant is intended for, however. We're not looking to grant this to someone who wants to build a resume and move on to something else. We're looking to grant this to 5 individuals who want to use it to take the organization they're currently with to the next level, okay? There will be some reporting requirements. It won't be heavy. Again, I've done this before. Mostly we want to know, did you finish the course successfully in 6 months, and did you attend the 4 in-person cohorts? So there will be some minimal reporting you'll have to do back to us. And the unrestricted grant, Sherry, you might want to speak to this one. The grant at the end that we'll award in July of 24 for $10,000 will be awarded really to the leadership of the organization. So say an organization has someone apply that is their development director. They will hopefully have an opportunity to input on how that grant is used, but ultimately it will be at the discretion of the organization's leadership.
Yeah. And of course, the check will be made payable to the organization, not to the individual. So when you think about who are, oh, my lights just went out. Who are the ideal candidates for this? Think about the person who started their own nonprofit. It's going great, but they really could use some greater expertise, and that would help the organization as well as that individual tremendously. Think about the organization that maybe is working on their succession plan, and they're thinking about who the next person in line is going to be, but that person really could use some additional skills and mentoring, because that'll happen automatically in this program. That would be an ideal person.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm going to run through the schedule real quick, and then we will share with you guys how you can apply, and we'll wrap it up here. So for the CMP grant schedule, applications open, same as the Cobb Thrive gift guide, on Thursday, September 14th at 3 p.m. You do have a longer window for this application, and the application, again, I think is very, very manageable, but it is longer than the Cobb Thrive gift guide, again, because you're really applying as both an organization and as an individual. So we need to collect more information from you. We will notify the finalists, not the recipients, but the finalists on Monday, November 13th. And we're going to do interviews, in-person interviews at the chamber on Friday, December 1st. And we will notify the winners on that same day. We need you to be available if you're a winner on Friday, December 15th for a photo op at the chamber. The online CMP course can begin when you're ready in January of 2024. The cohort begins, as I said, in February of 2024, and then completion grants, those $10,000 unrestricted grants, will be awarded in July of 24.
Yay!
Okay. Okay, this is the end. If you have stuck with us this long, that's impressive, I gotta say.
Yeah.
So the application will be on our website, on the grant area of the Cobb Community Foundation website. Everything, as I said, will be up there, ready to go. Applications open on the afternoon of September 14th. We are using a program this year called Foundant. GLM is the program. It is very, you guys, if I can use it, just trust me, anybody. I'm not kidding.
I'm not saying anything.
Anyone can use it, I promise. It is easy, it is intuitive, I can use it. That's all you need to do. Okay, so you will go on to our grant portal, which is effectively just the grant area of the Cobb Community Foundation site. You'll complete an organizational profile, which will register you for GLM. And then you'll be able to go on and take eligibility quizzes to just go through all those details that I shared about eligibility to make sure that you are applying for either or even both grant opportunities if you're eligible for both. And yeah, by the way, you can apply for both opportunities if you want to. Also, in that part of the website, we'll have additional information. We'll have, as I said, a link to the KSU curriculum for CMP if you want to research that further, which I would definitely encourage you to do if you're interested in that one. We will have detailed guidelines on, again, eligibility, on application requirements, on eligible gift requests for the gift guide, all the things that you need to know. What else, Sherry?
There'll also be a very, very short video, unlike this one, a very, very short video that will take you through the actual application process. You probably won't even need it, but just in case, it's there.
That's right. And that's it. This would normally be Q&A time, but since you're not live, I guess we won't do that. But as I said, and I really do mean it, I'm available. I'm Shelly at cobbfoundation.org. If you've got questions after watching this, please reach out because that's what I'm here for.
And I'm going to stop sharing because that orange really was not looking good on my face there. Thank you, everybody, for hanging in. We could have started this with just fast forward to the end, but we hope you enjoyed our little show here. We are so grateful, so grateful for all that you do in the community. Yeah, truly. Jazz hands for you.
Yes, great. Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye.